Hello, everyone. Named Jaleese. Welcome everyone to the original season 4, episode 13, The Feast of All Sinners. This is the season 4 finale of the originals, and thankfully it is not the series finale. It's just the season finale. And let me just say this. There's going to be a separate review for the original season 4. What do I think about it? What overall is my opinion about the entire season? But the original season 4, episode 13, the finale, how does it compare to other seasons? To me, it's my least favorite of the finales, but I believe it was very good. And if this was a series finale, I believe it would have been a great finale as well. But then again, to me, all the finales of the originals are like series finales. But this one was a great episode. I enjoyed it. What happened? In order to defeat the Hollow, Vincent decided to separate the Hollow Soul into 4 parts. Just like how the Hollow's bones was separated into 4 pieces, it'll be separated for the original family. So all the 4 original vampires, Cole, Rebecca, Klaus, and Elijah, are now have a piece of the Hollow Soul inside them. And the Hollow Soul will eventually just like dissolve, not eventually dissolve, it will always remain a part of them, but won't it like convince them to do evil things and all this stuff. But it'll be bearable for them. And the reason why they had it put inside the originals is because they needed something immortal and something powerful to put in. And also since the Hope is possessed by the Hollow, they needed something of Hope's bloodline, so they needed the 4 originals. And because of this ramifications, the originals are now separated from each other. They can no longer be together. They're vow always and forever. Now they're completely separated. They can't be next to each other no more. They can't even be next to Hope at all. Not one who could go to Hope's house cannot visit his own daughter. Because of the Hollow and its power, it's always going to be drawn to Hope. And it's always going to be drawn to each other. So the original family can no longer be together. And it was a little bit debate of whether or not the originals were gonna, like for instance, who was going to be the 4th original to take the place. We knew Klaus, Rebecca, and Elijah. But Cole was somewhere off. Freya was planning to turn into a vampire. Have one of her brothers turn into a vampire. Turn into a vampire, be immortal, and to have the blood of Hope in order to transfer the soul of the Hollow. And if that didn't work, Haley was going to be the one. But Freya was going to do the honorable thing and said, I lived without a mother. It's bad. Hope needs her mother at least. And so Hope will have Haley again. So Hope is going to be separated from her father, from her original family again. So there's going to be another time jump. So we're not going to have the same original Hope for season 5. But this ending was just how they had to break their vow of always and forever to have like something pure, something greater for Hope is just simply amazing. What happened at the end? Well, the Hollow is now officially gone. The Hollow beforehand resurrected Dominic, and which is her high priestess. He got killed off by Sophia. And the priests of the Hollow and those ones that worship the Hollow, they burn them down in the grounds with the church. So the church scene is completely gone. That wonderful church that's been around since season 1 is no longer around, unless they plan to rebuild it. At the end of the day, they're all separated. Marcel broke up with Sophia, and he's now with Rebecca. Rebecca now is in New York City, and Marcel's given up the king of New Orleans, and now is traveling the world with Rebecca. Cole is proposing to Davina. He's getting married to her. He's in California. Now, somebody Hope went to the Salvador boarding school, which is Mystic Falls, Virginia. So now she's getting to know probably Caroline's children. Probably getting to know Caroline. Alaric showed up to tell Haley that this is a school for the gifted. They make some Harry Potter jokes. Awesome. And for Klaus, he's really just manned up and says that Elijah, you have to let me be, you have to let me go, and all that stuff. And he says to Hope that he loves her, and maybe they will see each other again. More likely, Hope in season 5 is going to be a grown-up version of Hope, probably a teenager, and she's going to get the spell away from the Hollow and destroy once and for all and get her family back. Because that's ultimately what's going to happen. So yeah, Marcel got this happening with Rebecca. Cole got this happening with Davina. Haley is now separated from Elijah. And then what happened to Elijah? Because he doesn't believe he believes he might break his vow, so he asks Marcel to technically put him down, but it's later revealed that he wants Marcel to compel him. And since Ancestors gave Marcel the power, he has a whole bunch of power. So now Marcel could compel originals, we learned that, and he compelled Elijah to simply put, erase all the nagging feelings of always and forever. He's no longer burdened by the family. All the love and all the hate, all his memories are gone. He knows he's a vampire, more than likely. He knows he's an original. Maybe not original, but you could tell he's living his life happily now. He's in Paris, France. He's playing the piano, having good music, and Klaus gave him a tip of $100. And you could see in that moment that Elijah sort of recognizes Klaus and sort of does not, so he knows somewhat if it's his brother or not. But overall, a simply fantastic episode of the original. Season 4, Episode 13, The Feast of All Sinners, was just a tragic end to the original characters. They're separated, but we all know they're going to get back together one way or another. And Freya went with Keelan, so she's the only one that can really visit Hope, and she's also trying to figure out how to help her siblings. And overall, I think this original's Season 4 was overall a pretty dang great season. It's just the finale. I enjoyed it. Just when you see the promo, you're really gonna know the entire episode. I gotta say a bad thing about this season was the predictability of this season, other than the Hollow's backstory. But the original Season 4, Episode 13, The Feast of All Sinners, again, a heartbreaking episode for the originals. And I loved it. I enjoyed it. Cannot wait for Season 5. Thankfully, this is not the series finale. Thankfully. I'm really hoping for original Season 5 to have at least a 22 episode, just so we could get the 100 episode mark, and then the originals could be over with. But I don't want it to be over with. I want it to go as long as the Vampire Diaries, maybe even more, but I doubt it. I say original Season 5 will probably be its last, and it'll probably be a time jump for Hope. But overall, I enjoyed Summer Fontana, the girl that plays Hope. I'm glad that she did a great job, and I really wish we could get to see more Little Hope, but that's it, we don't. So, the original Season 4, Episode 13, the finale. What did you all think, everyone? Subscribe if you like, disagree down below, comment down below, let me know. Respect my opinion, I respect yours. What did you all think of this fantastic episode of the originals? And everyone, and release signing off here to everybody. Bye bye.